ensema who are currently able free Ghana and say the president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, epesi okweti on one kasane court. Ebuja. Yeah. Oja. Tio. The current court system of Ghana using currently, John Dramani Mahama is on Jindi, like on trusted the God system. No court system no on trusted one more. Say or no Mahama. Say on any NDC for now on one kasane mo in the vice. Edi asema ko pie mu court, senka court enke bi malo. Say bi okudu to abla kwamwa ko yesi ke bi ana bibi sa na nkensem ne kwa ko pie mu court on Jindi say court ni beke bi amomo NDC for. Udie pa. And so it's high time on John Dramani Mahama no obenya won one court. And you see what Mahama is talking about currently, no, idea Rollins time and another Rollins issue 22 years ago. I was out here come on with the bar. And then Ghana a military government. And media and this ni be treme. Or the party no say Ghana, you know. What's it kin? Jadi okay kanu enka. O can't say Ghana for a day. The Chief Justice talk no. Bijiri se mate. Say Anna Mahama so wo pamo Ghana Chief Justice. You can say Chief Justice no kra ase kyerese in temwafo panyini ana temwafo panyini Ghana temwafo nyina wo mo tena nsem so die wo court no omo panyini anya fa ni the Chief Justice. Now listen to this very carefully. Say Ghana mra ebi ye anas enye ye ensisi ni pa na bibia be fe ono na da ano. Now according to the constitution no in some Mahama finding out say even the Chief Justice no maybe na enya constitution ni Mahama kwan say on finding court. Now say court din nsem no hu no kura ne say the Chief Justice enya yetimi target the Chief Justice so or incompetent near the asem na Mahama yetimi gina eno so timi change the Chief Justice. Now for Mahama to skip this process means say Chief Justice no boni bi ani no ho say mu gina ne mfomsuo bi ho a corrupting in a certain way and etu na de so a adenji na mon twen ma court m1 for. But to skip around and to choose an acting Chief Justice and planning to create your own court system Ghana, it was the craziest thing. Now what will me? What's them copiemu? I was a court na Mahama Baby Cretinua. It was forget it. And one no one see the canon, seen the normal court. Or they call appeal and how they call fine. One the best atlas to say open pian some no come appeal because the tribunal court on the council. One kind of send your panel. Man, I bet you chile one casano. The best atlas as an appeal court. How may teach the citizens of Ghana's life to his own hand. No put time with Sekushia. And then this Nibo wow when he said these things are funny. No one say the other states can we MPP in our can I bet you on one case in the bush. One of the guys K1ng Ghana be catch Ghana and Sano my way very sad. What is currently going on in Ghana, Busha? The president of the Republic of Ghana currently want to open his own court.
Oko constitution anymore. There will be a friend of tribunal, regional tribunals. Ordinarily, any democratic constitution, it should not have what we call regional tribunals under it. Now, young have what regional tribunals are under the constitution. Now, regional tribunals, because J.J. Rollins, or no military mindset, or and what the regional tribunals special constitution. Or say there shall be established in each region of Ghana such a regional tribunals as the Chief Justice may determine. Can you? So it has left the creation of regional tribunal in the hands of the Chief Justice. I don't know what mean Justice Tokunu. So they have to change Justice Tokunu. So the Chief Justice will come and establish regional tribunals in the whole regions. It's court is because of more train, so treat Justice Tokunu, Chief Justice. Normally, Chief Justice for Fraba, no be establishing regional tribunals. 22 years, we've not done regional tribunals. So, Omo set up regional tribunal. According to Article 142, J.J. Rollins is the way she because also when you court unity said there be a court, or be creative on one casane. Now, your mama know yes, civilian government, also will be creative regional tribunals. The moment Chief Justice and one man in TSC Chief Justice. No could a woman in any. They say no could a woman in any movie. I didn't tell me some Chief Justice in it. Anna, regional tribunal establishing who here lawyers. It did here say what they want when this for backward. So in this case, we are first, I know majority in parliament. apa asembra no mo dia ma regional tribunal na regional tribunal atena so no mo dia dim crofo case it is so me go through the high court the court of appeal almost mo use it omo ba be create regional tribunals e dia be di bone this is what your mama is doing. The entire chief justice in Nigeria. Me na make a chiro. And come akoso. Article 142, 143. The jurisdiction of the regional tribunal. Ake di wasem wiya. The courts are in appellate. Yakaza appellate jurisdiction. You do wasem magistrate. Anye yafako. Anye yafako. We are not a high court. Na high court to court of appeal. Na ko supreme court. But with the regional tribunal, the appellate jurisdiction of the court is given to the regional tribunal. You don't go to court of appeal. It's one of the you do as some we, like us all copy, Labasa call Maho. Adios in Justice Toko Noye, and it's Yendy, and free one said, was it all recommended, say, young promoted some 5 justices be. But first of all, if your recommendation it is against the law, dear Parliament, a war, Washa, Article 1442, you read the Article 1442 or say, Supreme Court justice shall be appointed by President, acting on the advice of the Judicial Council, in consultation with Council of State. Not just that, and with approval of Parliament. So Ampani Ampa say, Sekufuado, and I say Justice Tokonu, will follow this process. Other than Parliament approve. Now, Ayamga, 2 cardinal principles of law when it comes to the fundamental human rights. All the alterum patterns, and a normal Judas in Casaso. All the alterum patterns say there are some two obisua. Yen Chenny Perimi, and Yabusa say, sa case of constitutional interpretation. Na a speaker some near the court. A constitutional interpretation, which the courts have been given at Article 2:1, the right and power, 2:1 and 130. See the action bar. Only Supreme Court know what to me. So what you interpretation. What's the yentie a abans man baby. Now nobody abans man by the baby court. We own a mama who in Nasu. Eti or no Ayamga no. Chief Justice Tiatiano. Chief Justice catches one guy so shouting. Eti a abuse of the fundamental right. Our Article 33. Among the processes are abuse of fundamental right as a person. You can go through Article 33 and seek redress. You can sue the Chief Justice. You don't sue the Chief Justice because Wabayaba. Your mama will be court where your lawyer the Chief Justice Tiatiano. Eti from Chief Justice. When I your mama so generous about we are madam. Baby, I'm telling you about madam. No, I'm telling you about madam. Na me share time me share a year. You can't say Sofa Yakufu, former Chief Justice. Me share former Attorney General. A year you can't say Betimodi Drusu. Na ma share a year or more. And then you ran a more was a committee. So says, how do you make us to the Chief Justice? Clearly, this nation is heading back to the coolies. Economy. Almost still a cool mindset. We have your mama and go for being cool mindset. JJ Rollins had gone on. A woman. A junior Macachamo. Mr. Chief Justice on Bessom Yin. The Etron Bessom Yin is almost by any mammy. Almost a Kufuado are fairly. Yet the High Court with MPP inclined people. Am I gonna know? And so MPP inclined people, yeah. And I'm releasing Japanese to force and I'm more. So the Omo Yenese Ombeso we Chief Justice we. No more Chief Justice ba. Oko Constitution in moi. There will be a friend of tribunal, regional tribunals. Ordinarily, any democratic constitution, it should not have what we call regional tribunals under it. Now, young have what regional tribunals are under the constitution. Now, regional tribunals, because JJ Rollins, or no military mindset in it, or and what the regional tribunals, special constitution. For the past 22 years, you have regional tribunal here. And they were most of the regional tribunal back. It's a regional tribunal. Now, almost a constitutional creation. So we have the Supreme Court as the apex court, and your Court of Appeal coming right under it. And your I think the regional tribunals, the High Court, then regional tribunals. That is Article 148. Most more documents in India. Kokofa constitution reading. Bond do. Now, Yansha there, Article 142 or say there shall be established in each region of Ghana such a regional tribunals as the Chief Justice may determine. Can you? So it has left the creation of regional tribunal in the hands of the Chief Justice. I don't know what to mean Justice Tokunu. So they have to change Justice Tokunu. So the Chief Justice will come and establish regional tribunals in the whole regions. It's because of more train, so Justice Tokunu, Chief Justice. Normally, Chief Justice for Fraba, no be establishing regional tribunals. 22 years, we've not done regional tribunals. Now, I share the composition of the regional tribunal. Or say the regional tribunal shall consist of the Chief Justice, one chairman, who is a chairman here, chairman of the PNDC. Then, so regional tribunals, so more besetia, chairman, that means NDC for Crawford, they don't back show, and they don't need to have any legal backing, legal knowledge. Or much now was some swa. It will be sure, yes, a tribunal, no be some show. Yamana follow Yakrama in the era of J.J. Rollins, and no person side back. So also it shall consist of the Chief Justice, one chairman, and such members who may or may not be lawyers. What the J.J. Rollins show you? The entire Domama and Yabri Chief Justice in any. Or say, second we can lawyer for and a bear judges and yadia. Name of regional tribunal and say it shall consist of the Chief Justice. One chairman, such members who may or may not be lawyers, as shall be designated by the Chief Justice to sit as panel members of a regional tribunal and for such period as shall be specified in writing by Chief Justice. So, Omo set up regional tribunal. According to Article 142, J.J. Rollins is the way she because also when you court said there be a court, or be creative on one casane. Now, your mama know yes, civilian government, also will be creative regional tribunals. The moment Chief Justice and one man again, TSC Chief Justice. No kura woman in any. Mese no kura woman in any movie. I didn't know some Chief Justice in it. Anna, regional tribunal establishing who here lawyers. It is the answer or the one when this for backward chat. After Okoni the case in one. Regional tribunal do case. Yes, he jail you. Now let's look at the jurisdiction of the regional tribunal. Or say the regional tribunal shall have jurisdiction to try such offences against the state and the public interest as Parliament may by law prescribe. So in this case, we are first and no majority in Parliament. A passembra, no more the regional tribunal. Now regional tribunal as national. No more the Dimcroft case. It is that when we go through the High Court, the Court of Appeal, almost what we use. It will be creative regional tribunals. This is what your mama is doing. The entire Chief Justice in India. Make a chill. And come on, now I say the regional tribunal shall have such appellate jurisdiction relating to the matters described in clause 1 of this article as may be prescribed by law. See, you could do what some High Court. Instead, the Court of Appeal. Now could do Supreme Court. Regional tribunal now say appellate jurisdiction. The gas appellate jurisdiction. It means Oduwase we are. What do you mean from Court of Appeal? Just outside the Baho. That's outside the Baho. J.J. Rollins the creative are boniwi. And a Jomama person was out to us. Ovitenye, Article 142-143, the jurisdiction of the regional tribunal. And the courts are in appellate. Because appellate jurisdiction. You do as a magistrate, and ye yafako, we are not about High Court, not High Court, Court of Appeal, not Supreme Court. But with the regional tribunal, the appellate jurisdiction of the court is given to the regional tribunal. You don't go to Court of Appeal. It won't obey. You do as a we, Naka Soko Appeal, Abasako Maho. Eddie, your mama sent Crawford Traba, so 1 year a year or more. Now, young Konian share Article 1433. For the purpose of hearing and determining an appeal within this jurisdiction and amendment, execution or enforcement of judgment or order in appeal, and for the purposes of any other authority expressly or by necessary implication given to by this constitution or any other law, regional tribunals shall have all powers, authority, and jurisdiction vested in the tribunal from which the appeal is brought. So all powers when it comes to appeal, regional tribunal will have it. Waiting a near Biri Sijino. Now, Yanko read petitions in our Modiaba. Justice Tokunu. Gencha ye Chief Justice no. Or per certain regional tribunals in Yakodima for us. If so many case. A month for the radio, you have a year go be. So petition number 1. Ghana for where you document a free flash about. The entire Doma may Gina should be Chief Justice any when you know ready be. So petition number 1, the original one, the Krami, where you copy text in the Dugu and Yaso near the HMO. Have a year ready. Was it the petitioners known as Shining Stars of Ghana are praying President Mahama to sack Chief Justice, Justice Tokunu, because she requested President Anado to promote 5 judges to the Supreme Court in May 2024. The Shining Stars of Ghana argued that her proposal to promote the judges was in breach of Article 144 of the 1992 Constitution. They make particular reference to Article 1442, which states that Supreme Court justices shall be appointed by the President, acting on the advice of the Judicial Council, in consultation with the Council of State, and with the approval of Parliament. Enti almost Justice Tokonu petitioner number 1 go be ade o see Justice Tokonu aye and it yennyinadi emfiri one say was all recommend say yem promote some 5 justices be. But first of all, if your recommendation it is against the law, the Parliament war Article 1442, you read Article 1442 or say Supreme Court justices shall be appointed by President, acting on the advice of the Judicial Council, in consultation with Council of State. Not just that, and with approval of Parliament. So Ampani Ampa say, Sekufado, and I say Justice Tokunu, will follow this process. I don't know Parliament approve. It will Parliament approve it. Adi original society from Pamono. Was it the petitioners claim that by writing to the President in her personal capacity as the Chief Justice, she had met the grounds for stated misbehavior, an offense that merited the removal from office, since no part of the process to appoint the justices of the Supreme Court admitted of her personal recommendation. Now the Omochirani say, I just I didn't see you. Nemo Churokrata and Kokekeno. Tinie. Yenyina Sonia from Pamono. Petitioner number 1. When a Jomama says stated misbehavior. So on grounds I bet him the Chief Justice. Oko Supreme Court, Constitution. The Constitution makes it clear, except for the independence of the judiciary, it wouldn't mean a year judge beard unless it said we merited certain things. You be ready. Now go be almost say or a troll letter come my kufuado. When the agent also the Chief Justice said, wait. When the kufuado your mama so agent so the now young reading yanko was a Shining Stars feather. Averred that on 15th October 2024, Her Ladyship Justice Tokonu presided over a panel to determine the constitutionality of an action by the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Aman Sumani Baben, without hearing him in court. Was it Yama Speaker? When you petitioner, Shining Star, and a Shining Star it was actually Nidi at the year Kingsley Ajay. Kingsley Ajay, when this in Papa. Kingsley Ajay, when this in Papa. Kingsley Ajay, and this in Papa. Kingsley Ajay. It was a Yama Right Honorable Speaker, Ama Court. Ama Mekambi, Ameka, a Yinibi. Was it a petitioner's claim? Fair near reading. The petitioners claim, okay, that is ex parte motion. You can't ex parte. Go be court no. Embrana ma court kwan no. You free be ex parte motion. Say me ko afrifa. Be say me ji bibi tiawa. Make me akọ court without your presence. Na ma ko akọji aba bi tiawo. Etibo wa injunction. Ebu a certain ruling. Why when the can say ex parte motion? Na ex parte motion you free be man ba. O say no tie nyina so mfa nyina di. Now we will see they contend that Mrs. Araba Esaba Tokono had ignored the Odi Ataram Pachem rule of natural justice, which simply translated in English, let the other side be heard. Now, Oko Ayambremwa, two cardinal principles of law when it comes to the fundamental human rights, Odi Ataram Pachem, and a normal Judas in Casaso. Odi Ataram Pachem says, there are some two Obisua, Yencheni Perimi, and Yobusa say, sa case of constitutional interpretation. Now, speaker assembly the court a constitutional interpretation which the courts have been given at Article 2:1 the right and power 2:1 and 130 see the action bar only Supreme Court know what to me so to be interpretation what say yentie abans man babe na no be the abans man babe court we you na jomama so wo gina so petition in you Shining Stars petition and your mama say, "What refers to your chief justice?" See, I quite remember Abra one for Abans money. It's ready. The petition is signed by Chairman and Convener of Shining Stars of Ghana, Kingsley Ajay, and was written on the 14th of February 2025. When you ECJ? When you ECJ? You? Where you go? When you ECJ? A good father, your mama show we at the Akuma Council of State. Or Munsham, or more advice. After young Concord petition number 2, the HIAB petition number 2. Let them know. Your mama no be teaching. Petition number 2. Allah wallahi your mama be hello when we jina so ya mfra bamba bi amba etia grounds for removal boy but the chief justice said chief justice tro krata ko ma kufu ado say ye mo eye justice bi abaso etia no so e promote omo eno ko anye say kufu ado ye yo there is no evidence say kufu ado ye the constitution is clear on the procedure in which and our members of parliament or man raise any concern. No about them. Petition number 2. Every ACP Ayamga Akolgo. Now ready we have a say. I say also ACP Ayamga. Have you ready way? ACP ni assistant commissioner of police. Or your police ni no say a lawyer ni. Ai with the mobra. And watch ro. Eti Yohani, the wajina so. Yohani yamemu, Yohani semba. Etrem yenu tichemudu. Osina ACP Ayamga Akolgo. What the petition by? Near ready petition. Was assistant commissioner of police Ayamga Yakubu Akolgo, who is also a lawyer and a chartered accountant. Once the chief justice suspended immediately for doctrine evidence, abusing her office, and being discourteous and aggressive towards him in court. Chief Justice Nemuno, or no Ayamga no. Chief Justice Nedinatem, and the Chief Justice are doctor a year records of the court. Now the entry were doctor records of the court. Was it ACP Ayamga averse that he appeared before the Supreme Court on November 14, 2023 in a case instituted. That is the Republic versus High Court. Secondly, ex parte, also ex parte, Ayamga Yakubu Akologo. The police officer claims that the Chief Justice was it unruly to him. You guys are unruly as well. Muno. Ayamga is a Chief Justice in Muno. Asking him to stop shouting in the court. Was it Chief Justice catch and during his submissions and without provocation caused his arrest and detention for about 2 hours on the grounds that he was rude and exhibited conduct that was unbecoming of a lawyer.
More fire. More fire.
Now, the entire Yeninaso, FM Pamu Chief Justice, and he said, Mr. Ayamga stated in his petition that the Chief Justice order to arrest and detain him amounted to 1. Abuse of prestige judicial office, breach of due process of law, rush of anger, and intended to ridicule and publicly embarrass him as a lawyer. Eti ono Ayamga no Chief Justice Tiatiano Chief Justice Ekatches Onya is was shouting eti a abuse of the fundamental right. Our article 33 among the processes are abuse of fundamental right as a person. You can go through article 33 and seek redress. You can sue the Chief Justice. You don't sue the Chief Justice because wabayaba your mama will be court where your lawyer Chief Justice Tiatiano eti yenyina sumfanyi Chief Justice when your mama so ojina so kobi when your mama so ojina so the Chief Justice said because Ayamga so a lawyer ni court my Chief Justice Tiatiano pamono no so it is abuse of one fundamental human right. And meanwhile he won't go on article 33. What does article 33 says? It says that if anybody your fundamental right is abused, whether a lawyer, whether you should come to court and come and seek for redress. Or someone seeking for redress. When your mama saw the Koyen. Now for you say, curiously, he claims that when he requested for the record of proceedings from the Supreme Court, he was shocked to see that it contained no reference of his arrest or the disparaging remarks the Chief Justice is alleged to have made on record. That to him constitute tampering with evidence and abuse of privilege. Wait, second petition, I know. Was he abusing the fundamental right? One court, do Suni. And your mama need Chief Justice in it. About we are madam. I'm telling you, about madam. No, I'm telling you. About madam. Now, me shut time, me share a year. You can't say, Sofia Kufu, former Chief Justice. Me share former Attorney General. A year, you can't say. Vetimoni Drusu. Nama share a year or more. I didn't run or more was our committee. So says, how do you make the Chief Justice? For third one, a Branian kind and euphoria. So then euphoria, a Ghanaian citizen, alleges 21 instances of misbehavior on the part of Chief Justice and 4 counts of incompetence, which must necessitate the removal of the Chief Justice. Now, was it Chief Justice, among the instances of misbehavior are allegations that the Chief Justice allegedly used 261,890 Ghana cedi of public funds of her private foreign travel in 2023 with her husband and daughter who were not entitled to such benefit. As it stands now, whether ne kunune ne bano sika we ya wo kaso omudie no so won for evidence bi am was this Chief Justice Yusui. They also spent $30,000 of the public funds as per diem on the trip. Also, Mr. Ofori further alleges that in the same 2023, her ladyship misappropriated 75,580 Ghana cedi on another trip with her husband and to Arusha, Tanzania, where she also spent $14,000 of accountable interest, which she failed to account for. The petitioner claims that her ladyship Tokonu interfered with judicial proceedings by using operatives of the national security to seize court computers during the trial of Asen North MP, Jachikwesen by the state. Mr. Daniel Ofori accuses the Chief Justice of unauthorized way of moving. It is your mama and your Chief Justice. Acquire tribunal in it. We are petitioning it. Obi, the entire Chief Justice said, and your mammy and your petition in Petition in any petition. Jayadi Chief Justice and in some years and ya. Then your foreign name, a Kologo name, a year Omdia. Wait. When are the Chief Justice and you know?
Ghana is already enjoying a peaceful court system currently with democratic governance. I have it for 22 years in here. Didn't hammer. Who could cast on where when you're Ghana and he was seeking die and come what's up. And we have people and come what's up. Now, Mamma got some show. I finish quite a mono. One gas unia and I will push your knee. And I would this year be send who can yet now tribunal court. Wah. Now, Chifa. Not all the other court system I favor for 22 years. I can't say Ghana a democracy no. And now who came my own time 17 PM war. Not tribunal and I can't 17 system that restricts you from going for an appeal. That is when you will know. Say any MPP for one become. Yet Ghana a country any military president to Obama and yet what Japan ebe create you on one court. And I'll say any encounter. Ghana we are crazy. We are crazy. We are crazy because you see, some trillions are mahama dedicated for the communication ministry aspect. So more top bloggers making sure the internet national. Be biara or kasa one numbers kakrebia non kasama and this and they are doing it. Maybe to say sano manomi the target in tiom this says kapudu ne wura the Ministry of Communication and it's a omon person who benya access to quality information. Do be biara pen as sama no TV so now no radio so biano and access magicians. We want most of them mama sase kasama and this. Do no kura be na Captain Smart wo hwehwe obeba be ka kire wo. Entra wo say na akoso mahama government ni ma Captain Smart wa kana no atumo. Me pese me Kenyans and that is the reason as to why a few channels be to say making up hey Okatakyie FIFA and one more macano. One more than no air 2 3 you open your eyes for you to know what is going on in the system. And the much as if you listen, the economy is so good, but you don't know say he is operating the economy with just 50% of management. Other 15 one more and you would three man drink it one and say that is good, but you don't know the number of people who are suffering. Or market your man and so more that's so quadrum. And almost come so almost strike and so how crazy it is. Say a president I to Obama no obe create on one court and go also wo hweme no and some emuduru ayetina na won create the court I just here to Obama military aban na won fa court no enye de wo pe na so obusuani hu ka wo court a won na be hu say Rollins and as ababi mu dia kini anybody in case of any update we say on that video truly me raho and all the details as to why mahama o create the tribunal and no Okatakyie papa mu achi on the DNA cost currently in Ghana.
K1ng oh boy Juma we did Jacob so now see commentary or social media no style of blogging fantastic. So you see commentary news in the bar, so you see commentary for home so good. Keep on going. And
the start also the ebema other tribe aflow unyi sorted India terminate. That's how becano. It's so painful. I know shit. I don't know say commentary like or you as a presenter, sports presenter that they are and we maybe I work strength free debate. It's all good. We are the K1ng for modern K1ng will try